y'all. This is John Johnston with Corn Nation. Post-game reaction after the frustrating, tough loss to Iowa. 26-20. You know, if you went into this game as a Husker fan, I'm guessing that 90% of you figured that this would be an embarrassing blowout, and it wasn't. It was a tough loss, and it sucks. But Nebraska actually played. You know what they did? They came out and they did effort. They showed effort. The defense actually played pretty well throughout this entire game. And they shut down a running offense by Iowa that has been very good. Tyler Goodson's a good running back. Nebraska gave up 129 rushing yards. Not bad. Nebraska, again, couldn't get out of its own way. Had fumbles, the muff punt probably cost him the game, but that's the kind of shit that happens when you're trying to still put a team together. Am I bent out of shape about this? No. This season has been oddball. You look at it and you go, why are they playing? I understand why they started Adrian Martinez, but then they brought in Luke. One thing I do not understand is Cam Jurgens. The guy's having problems with snapping. Scott Frost in his postgame said that an Iowa coach or somebody on the Iowa sideline was making clapping sounds and that was interfering with his snapping. That might interfere with the timing, but that doesn't make a snap go 15 yards over Adrian Martinez's head. So when you look at this and you try to figure out why in the hell is he still playing Cam Jurgens at center when Cam Jurgens clearly has some problems. Now, he didn't have many problems in the second half. Frost said he talked to the officials and there was no clapping from the sideline for the rest of the second half. That just sounds... There's two problems there. Number one, like I said, I don't think clapping is going to cause a center to snap the ball 15 yards in the air. Secondly, it could throw off the timing. But we've seen this before from Michigan State years ago. I just think that if clapping can throw off your center, that you're doing something wrong. And I'm going to find out more about this from people who actually played college football in the offensive line. Hopefully I'll talk to somebody and understand more of what's going on there. But why would you continue to play your Cam Jurgens at your center? Why are you continuing to swap quarterbacks? Why are we saw Xavier Betts get the ball on a jet sweep type thing, and as far as I know, he didn't touch the ball the rest of the game. Why are you doing all of these things? And the only conclusion that I can come to is that this is a free year. This was a scrimmage. It was a glorified scrimmage. There is nothing for these teams to play for. Pride. You can say pride. We play for pride. You got to play for pride. I don't want to hear that we lost to Iowa for a sixth straight fucking year. It sucks. But I'm not going to claim it. If we'd beat them, I'd claim it because I'm not an idiot. That's how this works. And if you want to call that hypocritical, woo, I'm a hypocrite. It's not like I'm making Iran deals here for nuclear dissemination, proliferation. I can be a fucking hypocrite about sports if I want. It's how it works. Sports is where we go to do all sorts of horrible things, like hate Iowa. I don't really hate Iowa. I sports hate Iowa. Fuck them. Bastards. Okay, what else we got? We have the makings of some good players and some good teams. You played against a team that is known for its offensive and defensive lines. And I'd say we stood up to them pretty well. Tyler Goodson ended the game with 30 carries for 111 yards. That's a 3.7 average. His longest run was 13 yards. That's pretty decent defense playing Iowa. Again, we just couldn't, scoring 20 points we got to score 40 a game. Until we're scoring 40 a game, we're not going to be a Big Ten champion. We're not going to be a Big Ten West champion. Marvin Scott looked good carrying the ball. Ramir Johnson, I thought, was, showed some speed and some vision. Wan'Dale Robinson is excellent and should get the ball every play, every game from here on out. Oh, maybe not. I mean, you got to spread it around, but he's exciting and he'll be back. But this, I'd like to conclude is that this is a free year. This was basically a glorified scrimmage against a live opponent. I know that we can go on about, oh God, Scott Frost has all these losses, and he's got as mighty losses as that other fuckhead that was ahead of him in the program. Who gives a shit? You can't do anything about the past. You can only move forward to the future. I should be an inspirational coach. Let's see what else we got. Man, Iowa. If you're one of those people that still believes Iowa isn't some kind of a rival, I don't know what to say to you. We haven't had the big moments in games, although Iowa kicker Keith Duncan has done his best to turn this into a rivalry with, parading in front of the crowd last year with his last-second field goal stuff. And this year he said something about they seem to be more concerned about growing mustaches at Nebraska than playing football. Adrian Martinez went 18 of 20 for 174 yards. Luke McCaffrey was 3 of 5 for 21 yards. Neither of them threw an interception, although Adrian got hit at the end of the game. We had a chance. And here's the thing, one thing you think about. You looked at Iowa's offense, and Iowa could have ran the ball and probably continue to pick up first downs all of the time. Mysteriously, they would switch into this no back, quarterback in the backfield, wide sets, and throw the ball. And they got nothing out of that, really. I mean, they finished 193 pass yards. There were times they killed themselves on those drives in the red zone and had to settle for field goals when they probably could have just ran the ball on. So when you look at teams, it's not just your own team that's dysfunctional all the time. Penalties, Nebraska had 4 for 40. Iowa had 2 for 20. One of those penalties on Nebraska was a big holding call. I think it was on Bryce Benhart that negated a 30-yard Martinez gain. That was painful. But, not as bad with the penalties. Again, turnovers hurt. Third downs, we were 4 of 12. Iowa was 4 of 14. So we actually did fairly well in stopping our opponent in third down conversions. I don't know what else to say to y'all. Other than, again, I'll reiterate, we want to get caught up in drama. I know that our Nebraska media really, I don't know if it's just them. Maybe it's because I spend too much time on Twitter during these games that Twitter just turns me into a fucking homicidal maniac, fucking serial killer wannabe. But some of the shit that people say on Twitter just... I don't get caught up in the drama of why can't we play one quarterback stuff. And don't get caught up in the drama of let's throw Cam Jurgens out with the trash because he's going to be around next year too. And trust me, he's too good of an athlete to not be playing. He needs to be playing somewhere on the offensive line, and if he works out his center problems, and we know more about how snapping issues when somebody's clapping, we'll figure it out. It's you know what? We're going to see how many more games we can win. It's basketball season. Brett Hoiberg's squad won the first game with 102 points. Then the next game they went in and they had scoring droughts. Guess that's kind of unheard of at Nebraska basketball. What the fuck? And they lost. And we'll just see how much they grow this season. Maybe they'll have something to play for, unlike football. I mean, when you look around, Penn State, Michigan playing this weekend, neither of those teams have anything to play for. And again, don't give me this fucking pride shit. You sit on your ass on the couch and go, they better be playing for pride. I played for Pride once. That's how I got your mother. Anyway, I think that's about it. We've hit the 10-minute mark. That's a short enough. You have that long of a attention span, don't you? No? Neither do I, really. Take care, y'all. Happy Thanksgiving. We're coming up on Merry Christmas. Go Big Red.